Hey, what's up, guys? Man, it's been a long week. I hope everybody's having a really great day. I'm Shaggy with, of course, as always, like the Shaggy Consulting Training Group on Facebook. And we have a training office here in Terre Haute, Indiana. Hey, I was just getting on, and I want to hope everybody's having a great week. I haven't really got a chance to get on, man. I've been sitting here talking to some of my broker friends and our brokerage cap logistics and talking to Corey about the way the numbers are changing, the volume's shifting. The seasons are a flow. You start looking at the produce markets and stuff like that rolling. Everything's happening. What's going on, Justin or Artie? You know, if you guys haven't checked out our Facebook group, Shaggy's Consulting and Training, you're check it out. It's pretty cool. We have a great group. There's only like 6,000 some odd members in it, but we could be like 30 if we want to. I just don't let everybody in. We're pretty strict. We do webinars. I'm just getting on to talk about trucking, man. Like the whole aspects of trucking, of getting the authority, of being a broker, why people get their authority and stuff like that. It's a very important process. I always think there's two kinds of people that do it. One is the freight chasing type, where you just get in it, you go chase all the rates, you don't build a plan, you don't build a network, you use a dispatcher and all that good stuff. And then you got the guy that really thinks about it, that builds a network, builds a network, that builds a plan. Ooh, it's Samantha. How's Sam? Tell Carlos I said hi. So I want to tell everybody about our training, real quick. So if you guys don't know, I've been in like Sam. I trained Sam and Carlos back in, I don't know, like 2012 when I was running like 22 trucks. I didn't even charge them a dime. I let them come to my trucking company and sit in it for a week. Her and her husband. He was working at St. Jude's Hospital as an IT guy, and they wanted to get into trucking. And I let them come in and see a real live trucking company running, and help them and stuff. A lot of people don't do that, and we have a really killer training program with a lot of great partners, man. We have insurance guys that come in and they don't sell the product. They want to, but they teach about it. They teach about it. We teach about credit building. We teach about how factoring is good and bad and how you don't have to use it. We teach about a Sonia. We teach how to actually build carrier relationships with our brokers, how to actually find the carriers, know the rates. And we are also grateful for your knowledge. Yeah, thank you, Sam. And, and I teach about all the fundamentals. There ain't nothing sugarcoated in what I teach. And I want to make a disclaimer for everybody that's like watches my videos or sees my training. You guys share this video and stuff to all the people in the other groups, and I don't care who likes it. There's two kinds of worlds out there. I'm a trucker, you know what I mean? I was a trucker. I drove down the roads. I've seen the problems as shippers. I've had to do all those crazy things you don't want to hear. My wife is a trucker. She did all those crazy things. She didn't wear high heels and lipsticks and a fucking dress and all that stuff. She drove out there just like the drivers. She backed up like the drivers, had the problems of the drivers. The same thing about the bathrooms and not being able to use them, eating the same crappy food that's out there. And I know what it's like to have 22 trucks, 24. I know what it's like to not have a prepaid fuel card like all you lucky people have now and have to build it up off quick pay because you didn't have enough money to start out to cover it. I know what it's like to know when the rates drop out and the phones don't ring no more and you didn't have a plan. I know what it's like to have go through lots of drivers because you're freight chasing all over the place, hiring drivers just to make a commission, and it's not as much fun as you want. I know what it's like when you finally build a plan and keep your drivers in that route right there in the home box between my window up there, where you start finding brokers in cities, and if one load falls out, you do it next, so you don't have to sit there and be a slave to the broker over detention time. Man, I've seen it where where the economy crashes so much it doesn't matter how great you are. Seems like nothing you can't do if you don't have relationships. I've watched the mega brokers that you think are good fire employees, add employees. I see the two worlds out there where you guys think brokers are crooks and they're gouging you, but no one said you had to fucking use any of them. So how are they gouging you on rates when no one said and put a gun to your head that said you had to fucking do it? Half you guys haven't even called customers. You come to my office, you lived off low boards, use a dispatcher, but you've never taken the time to even pick up the phone and dial it and say, hey, I'm a carrier. I deal with your kind of freight. I'd like to work with you. But at the same time, you're bitching about the people that do have the freight because they're gouging because you didn't do anything because you don't have a plan. Your dispatcher services don't even have a plan. They don't have agenda. All it is about getting the best money you can right now, ride the wave like a surfboard until you fall on your face. You know what I mean? And I just don't understand. I had a discussion with a guy earlier today, and you guys can take this how you want, right? In this business, in the world today, no matter what business you're in, whether it's construction, lawn mowing businesses, or whatever you're in, you're either going to be a feeder or you're going to be an eater. You could have a one truck company using a dispatching service and think you're doing good, but you're still an eater. You can have 6 company trucks. You could, yeah, Jesse. I'm still doing the one-on-one calls. My new website is shaggyconsulting.com. I'm getting distracted here. There's feeders and there's eaters. I want to teach you this, and you can take this how you want to. When somebody's always eating, they're always having to be fed. They're always being fed. One of these days, you have to learn to be a feeder. And if you always want to be an eater and just get by, that's great. But not everybody wants to do that. Some people want to be a feeder where they turn company trucks into lease purchase because it wasn't what they thought. Then lease purchase into owner operators the right way. Then they want, when instead of being the guy that's an owner operator that says, I want to get my own authority. How do I do it? No, you don't want to do that. Everything sucks. It's that is blah, 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 blah. Because you're too stupid and you think if they leave, you'll never do it. You're an eater too, because if you were smart, you would help that guy grow and still dispatch him, and he would be pulling your broker freight, and you would still be controlling everything. You'd be controlling the business. You would still be feeding in your network, but you're not. People are eaters. You're an eater or a feeder, and you will do it. A feeder is a person that uses other people's stuff, other people's equipment, and other things and other processes and builds a business plan to make multiple streams of income and to keep their fucking money in the bank and not have to worry about relying off that money, their profits, because they already have it set up in other areas and they're working. But the problem is you can't do this and get rich quick, Shit. You can't, it's not get rich quick. It takes a plan. It takes work. It takes a system, a formula from 6:30 in the morning to 5 o'clock at night. And then it still don't stop because then you got your marketing and networking when the business ain't running. There's always a choice of what you want to be. Everybody sees one side of it. You know what I mean? Hi, Jesse. Hi, Cassia. I'm messing up names. Paul, Samantha, Sam, and Justin, man. I hope you guys are all having a great day. I just want to get on because it drives me nuts. You know what I mean? About what kind of terminology in trucking. You guys are out here. You're not building plans before you start. You don't even have customers or brokers before you get your authority. Half of you guys haven't even tried to practice running your truck before you ever started. You're invested in something and you don't even have the product laid out for your freight. You're counting on somebody else. You guys are eaters. You're not feeders. Just because you're an investor and you can buy a truck does not ever mean that you're still a business runner. There's so many things you can outsource: compliance, factoring, fuel cards, insurance, all this other stuff, legal shield, this stuff. But the dispatching, the compliance, the process, you have to know, because if one part of the house is great, the other part of the house is not, they don't work together. Then it's a fly-by-night business and you're still an eater. You're still being a slave to somebody else. What's up, Mandy? Thanks, Vanessa. And I really don't care if people like what I'm saying because, I see the thousands of carriers that are going out, the 700 coming in. I see all this pretty stuff. I talk to people every day. It's like, you want me to go buy a BMW and rent a Learjet to put behind me and put some fancy fucking chandeliers up in my office so that way you guys can see I can get the Rolex and the big old fucking gold chain. You want me to go get on freight waves with those guys and talk, or go get sponsored by Trucker Tools, or go have a whole bunch of stuff where you pay me for doing stuff so that way I look better so you guys can see the image. I don't want to be on the golf course. I don't need to run with the Joneses to run a business. I don't have to go to Fort Lauderdale and have a $250 ship, and I definitely don't have to have a plane. I'd rather fly with everybody else. What is that fucking image that you think you're going to have with that big freaking house and all that stuff? Because once you build a trucking company up and a brokerage and stuff, the only thing you're going to do is work your life away to maintain it. They're not telling you about all the problems and stuff like that. And this goes back to the other part why I'm on this show today, right? I'm coming live. We do a training, right? This training is 3 weeks long. Right, Jesse. Even if you have the money, I got the money. I bought a fancy car with my Scooby-Doo up in the corner. Whoop-de-doo. It was a write-off, and I got it because I didn't want to wear out my truck that I pull my camper around with. Okay, so I got a car. It's nice. It's fancy. It's not the 5.0. It's not the Shelby GT 700 horse. It's a plain Jane $20-some-odd thousand car on payments that I put a wrap on that looks good. That cost me $2,700 that I wrote off through my business, and the business is paying for it, so I didn't have to pay taxes to Biden. You know what I mean? I'm working on next year's plan to keep my money. I always plan. I didn't always do this. I had to learn from other people like Frank and accountants and stuff. Everybody's learning all the time because we're always educating ourselves. We're always getting rich, or we're not getting rich. Sorry. We're always working to make more money, right? And keep our money. That's why we work 24 hours a day, not 8 to 5, not part-time. It's not a sugarcoated, and I understand it. So what I wanted to do before I get too far in this, to tell you, at our company, man, we do training, right? It's Monday through Thursday, right? And I believe if you get in this business, and I don't care what anybody says, I see people say the best way to do it is to learn from mistakes as you go. I ain't ever seen no fucking mistakes that doesn't cost you a shit ton of money. So whoever says that's dumb, because everybody learns from everybody else's mistakes, because it puts it in your brain and tells you not to do it if you're paying attention, you have a plan. So don't listen to that guy. Number 2, don't listen to the guys that are out there with the fancy shit telling you to get rich quick, because the people that are really making money, that are really doing it right, are not on Facebook. They're running their businesses. They're always constantly diversifying so they can stay ahead and keep their money. Keep it from somebody else taking it. Where's the next until they stop? That's what they're doing. So we do training all the time, Monday through Thursday on my website. I posted it in the comments. It's for 6 to 10 p.m., Monday through Thursday. It's 3 weeks long. It's brokering. It's trucking. And dispatching. Not this shit where you go and learn a load board, hear some dumbass do a couple of calls and show you how to do a broker packet MC authority. It's so much more than that. And it's intense. And it's got fucking homework. I think you should do about 5,000 phone calls just to learn how to dispatch and move trucks, routing and planning in 7 days, and how to bid a product. Anybody can go out there and jump on a load board, find a guy and ask what you want, what he wants, to make a few percentage, but that's only fun so long. And if you want to know how much fun that is, guys, as dispatchers, just go and volunteer for a daycare when preschool class opens up, and the ones that need potty trained, and go out there and freaking work with them for a little bit, see how you like it. Just saying, you know what I mean? But I'm just going to tell all you guys, I would rather train 10 people that are serious than 30 or 40. And God bless all those guys that do it. But if you guys come and sign up for one of my training classes that's 60 hours long, that I stay until 11 o'clock at night, if you guys want to join a group where we're mentoring and we're helping people and we're fucking serious about what we do and we don't sugarcoat shit, and you guys want a badass team of partners that care about your insurance and care about you growing your business and doing it right, safety and compliant, all that stuff, we're probably the group for you. If you want a freight chase, worry about price gouging and brokers or crooks and not networking and adding on encumbered trucks with no diversity, we're probably not your group, and this is probably not your channel, your thing to watch. Number 2, if you guys do sign up for one of my webinars and you guys come in and you don't think you need to pay attention, you better have your cameras on. You better paying attention. You better be asking questions. If you're driving down the road or you're doing this as a tinker hobby, or this is just something you fascinated and wanted to get into, or you're just going to turn off your screen and let it play while you're cleaning the house because it's a good hobby, I'm probably not your guy. And I'm telling you right now, don't sign up for my fucking classes because I want people that want to run a trucking company, want to learn how to put on all routers, want to know what lease purchase is and how to do it right, want to learn how to hire people, do an orientation, want to learn how to stop freight chasing and build a 7-day plan. I want people that are ready to go and call customers and find real guys that know how to back it up and use other carriers the right way instead of playing on the load boards. I want people to want to see how we moved, how our brokerage is only 3 or 4 people, and it's already almost $800,000 this month moved in freight. You want to see those numbers? I'm not hiding them. Give me a call, and I'll hook you up with Corey, and we'll show you for real what's going on. You know what I mean? You want to see what it's like as a broker to be thrown in the fire and fucking see what it's like to have 40 loads and 150 coming in and how to upload them, post them on the board, and negotiate rates with people. We can help you with that. Don't come to my class as a wannabe guy doing stuff and don't even have no clue what's going on and stuff. I'm not for you. You better go to one of those webinars, one of the those guys that have the Facebook groups where it's so good you got to pay a $50 membership to be in it just to get God's advice and all that stuff. You better go to those guys. I seen like 85 of them on Facebook. There's everybody from Clemsy, Guru, Lady Logistics, Alex Good Energy, Worldwide, Superman. There are all those guys out there, man. Every day there's another one making one that they took for somebody else's because I can write it a little better and you should do it. It's outlined. You can go to RBBS, Chaz Muncie, 101, and I'll name them all up for you. There's a shit ton of them. Go to them. Go to those guys. I don't care. I'd rather train 10 people a week that are serious, and we do. We have great clients. They're coming in like crazy. I'm sold out a month and a half at a time, but I'm tired. I'm tired of people not being serious. Don't come to my class if you're not ready to make the phone calls, build a network, do the work, save your company, do the compliance, safety, build a product that you can do. You guys throw out those stupid recruiting ads and wonder why you can't get drivers because your shit has a whole bunch of percentages and numbers on it. And you act like it's good because it's got pretty colors on it. No one cares about that, man. We care about being home, consistency, pre-planning, running routes, knowing what we're doing next. You're like, oh, yeah, that works great. Bullshit. All those 21 to 25-year-old guys that you're manipulating out there with new CDLs and under that you think are good, eventually they're going to find a girl or find a guy, find whoever they like, and they're going to want to do something. Adopt kids, have kids, buy a house, and they're not going to want to be a slave to the road. They're going to want to grow a business and a plan too. You know what I mean? You better change your mindset, learn whether you're going to get in this business and be a feeder or an eater and how that process works. Because all you guys out there that think you got dispatching service that are in these little platform groups that you're paying for and stuff, don't worry, you're not feeders. You're eaters. You're eating off of something they're feeding you full of crap, and it's not real. It's not real. The industry's not easy. It's not forgiving. It's not nice. It's cutthroat. Just because you see the hoop and ha and everything else, it's not real. It changes every minute. Volumes change. There's two worlds. One's called freight chasing load boards. One's called relationships and the freight you don't see on the load boards. There's always two guys out there. The guys that want to make that money all the time and make it consistent year and out, go home, go on vacations and know what their wife, kids look like in their camper and actually use their boat and know what fishing is. And there's the ones that tell you they have it, but they don't know how to use it. They got everything. What are you going to be? A feeder or an eater? Slave to the business? Or somebody's just riding a wave on a surfboard till they drown? It's fun while it's good. You guys know what I'm talking about. All the guys that watch this may laugh at me or whatever, but the real truckers out there know what it's like to work and slave and hard, and hustle, grind, pound. How do you do that when you're not in control of your business and somebody's doing it for you? Why did you sit there with your wife or your husband and think about getting in this business because you've seen something without having a plan? The hype. Oh, she booked one load for 10 minutes. I got 9 dispatch trucks in 30 days. You didn't get 9 You may have got 9 trucks. Doesn't mean you're making all that money. Doesn't make shit. Who gives a fuck you got 9 trucks? What are you doing with them? How does it work? How many different ways are you making money off of it? How are you growing your business? Everybody in the world wants to go make videos and trucks and TikToks and rides so they get bonuses, paid, and all that stuff and talk, but they ain't suffered. They don't know what it's like. How many people know what it's like to have 22 to 24 trucks and you got original bill of ladings and it's wintertime. You got FedEx and you got to make a payroll, but your factoring company screws it up. Hi, Rexy. How many people know what it's like to feel that you can't make that payroll, or if you can, you hope you have the money in there? What are you promising all this stuff to these guys, and the economy changes and the grass looks greener because you didn't even build a product that preached to your guys? Your dispatcher, you're using dispatchers. You wonder why your compliance sucks because you weren't focused on it. I could just sit here and name off so much stuff that happens on a daily basis that people are doing, and you don't have to be that way. You don't have to. You don't even. There's so much you can do. I could show you guys that never even used the low board and they got customers. The only thing they did is open up the low board to find the customers. To find the customers, because you don't get customers if you don't know who's moving it, how they're moving it, what they're moving it for, all that good stuff. You have to know that. What do you think? You're just going to walk in and call a customer like, hi, my name's Jackie, and I found you on ThomasNet, and I got a lead list. I paid $1 a lead for it, and I'm looking for Steve, the logistics manager. And I am really, really good. I got 3,000 broker packets of carriers that not one of them I know will haul for me. And I would like to haul your freight. What the fuck? Oh my God. This is what I hear all the time. You know what I mean? But so if you're serious about what you're doing, you need to have a plan, research, and do it. Don't. If you're not going to do it serious, you're not going to take care of your business. You're not 100% in. And you guys tell me you are. You're not. A lot of you think you are because you've seen it, but you're not. You need to be making calls. You need to be doing research. You need to be building relationships. You need to get off the low boards, even though you're still going to use the low boards as a tool, not to book loads, to learn where the freight is, to learn who's got it. Yes, you may, Jesse. It's I don't know if you guys see all the stupid shit I see out here with this whole fucking circus ring going on, but I don't understand. I mean, I just don't get it. It seems like we preach and preach and preach, but I guess we'll be sitting here being like this Andrew Dice Clay, Eddie Murphy, Raw, David Copperfield shit, telling you guys you're stupid, you're not doing it right. There's more to this. It's not get rich quick. Just because you're making money now, there's going to be an out of service or an incident that you didn't diversify for, and all this stuff. You're not picking the right states to open your trucking company, and you don't understand. Have you guys have 1 to 2 to 3 trucks and you're opening brokerages because you think you want the money that brokers have, but that's not the way it works because you don't even understand your trucking company first. Do you realize that? And you wonder why the mega carriers and the big guys get to control you like you do with your little leash around your neck. And you're at DC bitching. Well, you'll be bitching here in a couple months, and Biden's going to give you guys some blue hats that look like this. A little 23-year-old's going to come out and he's going to give you blue hats, just like whenever you went to DC and Trump was there. The revolution of logistics. We're going to go fight those big, dirty, big fucking brokers. Well, you know what? When you put a list of TQL, Coyote, Allen Lund, Suntech, Taggerty, and Landstar, and all that, you ain't doing shit to none of them. You're not going to do anything to the Koch brothers. You're going to do all you're going to do is sit in your little thing and bitch about it and cry about it, and you're still not going to do nothing. So while the rest of you guys yell about that shit and yell about what's happening, the rest of you guys that listen to the right people should be out there finding the ones that actually work for a living, that give a flying fuck, that don't just sell rates, that actually care about their carriers, that will take a less of a margin to keep you fed and want to work with you right away. But you won't do that because you filed your MC number, listened to a factoring company or some fucking dispatching service that, God forbid, they want to feed their family too. I understand. That's why they paid somebody to do it, so they could hear them roar and all that stuff. But you got a trucking company that you should be controlling yourself, but you didn't. So you go out there and use it. And I am not against dispatching services. I think dispatching is the most crucial part. It's one of the process and control. Now, how they run their dispatching service is a whole nother thing. Why should you use one when you have a trucking company? You know, there's always reasons for everything. I don't understand how you can go from an owner operator company driver, right? Or an investor. That was always, the investors are my favorite. Why do you want to invest? Because I'm tired of having companies tell me what I do and I wanted independence for that. Oh, okay. So you go open a trucking company and let everybody tell you what the fuck to do because you didn't learn it first. I got it. Go with it. If you guys are those people, don't come to me. Please do not come to me. Go somewhere else. Go to those other people blowing hot air barrier by his house. Don't come to us. You know what I mean? We want the serious people that plan on being around, that know what consistency is, a duplication of product. You know what I mean? Like that want to actually put the pieces together to play. You're a one truck guy, man. Do what you do. I just don't understand how you made that decision to file an MC number, made that decision to go non-CL, made that decision to buy a hotshot, made that decision to buy a semi or RGN or lowboy or whatever, and not understand how you're going to pay for it. And you're taking somebody's word of advice for it that's going to manipulate. Right? I'm not going to do it. I'm going to teach you how to do it yourself. A few minutes on the phone. Let's start. If you're starting your Thor and you think of this, you need a dispatching service, call me and I'll show you how well you know. Fuck, I can show you how to build a network and freaking before you start and freaking you don't even, and you can, about as fast as you can text your wife and tell her she's fucking crazy or walk to the pisser when you're in a rest area, you can fill out a broker packet. Are you serious? I don't like doing all that paperwork. Then why did you become a truck driver then? Why? Well, I wanted independence. Okay, I got it. Some of you guys are one guy. I got it. Do it. Whatever. If you're that lazy, I got it. Okay, do it. Whatever. Give it away. Give that money away that you don't have to. You like it. That's why you got your authority is to give the money away. Stupid. Anyways, I just wanted to ventilate today. That's kind of my freaking rant and rage because I don't fucking get it. And I get a lot of calls. I wish I could record them and put them out there, but I don't want to be mean to people and tell them because they're not, people aren't stupid. They're lack of education because it's two things. One is lack of education and everybody else wants you to be a part of their agenda when you should only agenda that should be there is you, yourself, and your wife. That's it. That's it. Your family. That's it. That's your agenda. Isn't that what you're doing it for, or was you doing it for everybody else's family? I don't know. I'm fucking confused. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. I turn on these groups. I don't even lie. God, if I didn't have to work and have to use Facebook to get out there and stuff like that, and I don't even really think I need to do it anymore. I just like telling you guys, I don't understand what you guys are doing. I don't get it. You know what I mean? I can only imagine how many old school truckers out there or even the carriers, which no one really cares what people think anymore, are just rolling at the shit they see. You know what I mean? Scooby snacks, yeah. But you guys, if you are serious, we have webinars that will teach you what you really need to know, the whole business ahead of time, not this one at a time, not just putting 60 people in a big old group in a powwow where you spend 4 hours. You can't learn this in 4 hours. You can't even learn it in 60 hours. There's no way. There's no way. And it's just you guys have so much to do, so many things you're doing, so much money you're leaving on the table, so much you're not doing, so much you're giving away you don't have to. You don't even know. You guys don't even have a clue. And these people aren't going to tell you either. I'm telling you, go watch their YouTube videos. They tell you the process, the little pieces of it, some stuff to make them look good. But they're not telling you anymore. And they're not telling you in their webinars either. They put a process together because they want to sell something because they don't know anything else. It's easy. It's just the one step. That's it. That's it. There's more than that. So much more. There's the experiences that you need to understand that are going to happen, that you need to expect that are going to come. It's a lot. There's so much you need to, that you know. Hey, Frank's on there. One of these days, Frank will stop being mad at me and get back on here and start yelling again. You know what I mean? At you guys. Because he just sent me a message just recently telling me that he's still stubborn and sick of it just as much as I am. I'm telling you. That's how we built this thing. Frank getting on here. Telling you guys. All right. So everybody's leaving. I guess no one cares because I'm telling you, that's the world we live in, man. No one fucking cares. They just want to go in, get their authority, make money. No one cares. I get it. That's fine. Don't listen to what we're saying. Go listen to all those guys. Go look for the diamonds and jewelry, go watches and cars and stuff like that they have. Go look for the guy that got on this one show and now you think he's hot because he's the big deal now because he got on something. What the fuck does all that stuff got to do with trucking? Doesn't mean they it doesn't mean anything. Doesn't have nothing to do with it. Anyways, how about some Friday nights with you and Frank? I know we got to do it. We got to do it. I got to get Frank back on here. It's not even the busy. I'm busy whether or not, but I got to get him back on here. I see these numbers drop and stuff. I don't even care about the publicity, man. I see people out there. Me and Frank went live, man. We used to go in a month. We used to hit 6.5 million people. I'll show you. I got it right here if you guys don't believe me. We reached over 400,000. I don't care about those numbers and all that stuff. I don't care about being sponsored by people. I don't care. That's not the agenda. I care about you guys growing your business, running your trucking company. If you guys don't want me to help you, you don't want me to teach, you don't like what I say, you don't like the help I do, let me know because I'll go and do all that stuff that I teach you in classes and keep it all for our group and ourselves. It doesn't bother me, Shit, I'll tell you. We already get the reach, man. I just want you guys to provide for your families, diversify your businesses, and wake up and understand that this trucking business is more real than what these people are putting out there. It's more costly. It takes credit, takes money to be in the bank. We're not dumb. We hit people. We hit. There's one for 4,468,000. We can make the movement, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to do all that. I don't need all that. I don't need to fight to get all those views. That's not the way we work. So, what's up, Joe, man? You're rocking it. Hope St. Louis is treating you good. Man, I even remember most of my students' names and where they live and what they're doing with their trucking company right now. It's so crazy, man. Isn't that weird? All right. So, I'm going to try to get Frank back on here, so we could do at least once a month or something because I missed the whole greasy fart. At least the shows, like teaching and telling. God, the dude's got he's like that guy who's been around since Flintstones with the wheel. We're rolling the wagon thing. He's been around. The first there was Mondo and then Frank, way back. You've got to have people around there because he's one of the ones that's out there with all the other Franks rolling in their graves saying laughing about what the industry's gone to, especially when he's out there driving and stuff. I can only imagine what he thinks. Hell, I know what I think when I pull my camper down the road. You know what I mean? I see people driving on their phones and stuff. I don't get it, man. Like, I'm on TikTok last night, and I'm going to rip some of these students apart, but I'm on TikTok watching all these people. Dude, if I had my trucking company and you work for me and you're on TikTok and you're doing live videos live like that, don't you guys understand that if a lawyer sees that and you're in an accident, your ass is had? What are you going to do? What happened to me? Oh, I got you. Okay, you're driving down the road, going like this, looking at your TikTok, reading comments while you're going down the road driving, and you're calling it good. Well, I'm hands-free. No, dude, you're distracted. And when you get distracted and you're in an accident, they're going to come back and audit you, and you're going to get your ass handed to you. Do you not understand? You can't do that stuff. What kind of fucking business plan do you have? You know what I mean? But anyways, I'm done. I just don't get all these things out here. It's a business, man. You have a federal CDL that's controlled by the feds, the state DOT, the IRS, and the IFTA police. This isn't a joke. And if you own a business, you have other people's livelihoods involved too. Other people. And I don't think half you guys care. You just see the money, run them in, throw them on, use them as a tool, and call it good. Go kick yourself in the face. Anyways, thanks for watching. Share my video. Hope you guys, the ones that are listening and seeing, really get hungry and want to grow their business and get customers and then become brokers and control the other carriers not utilizing the low boards. Learn the low board's a two-sided tool, and that map on the wall is a two-sided world. And there's one side that's fun, and there's another side that's not. Will you be a feeder? Or are you going to be an eater? Will you be a complainer that gouging their pieces of shit? Or will you grow some balls or whatever you got, part of your body you got, and go and do it yourself and get the real freight like real people do and work your business? Just saying. And if you could sit there on your authority and come up with 4 to 5 what ifs could happen and you don't have those covered, why are you proceeding? What if my dispatcher screws me over and I don't have freight? What if my truck breaks down? What if I have a heart attack? What if, well, I mean, there's so much more. What if the load boards don't work no more? What if, hey, Freight Dart, what if? Do you have them covered? So, what kind of plan do you actually have when you're sitting there talking to your wife to get your authority and invest in this money or jumping out here? What will you do with it? How will you grow it? What will you do in the next 2 to 10 years? And what pieces go into the play to get there? What are the risks and consequences? And what can happen if I don't do it right? How much money do you really need? Not to start the business like these put fuckers are telling you, but for when all the stupid shit happens, to keep you in business, to maintain the drivers and pay them when your stupid decisions using a dispatcher or freight chasing backfire. How hard do you guys work? How hard are you guys working to get these company drivers, owner operators? Man, I see you guys begging for them all over the place. Then you go look at it. How are you going to keep them? What are you going to do to maintain them? How are you going to keep them whenever things change and they jump shit? I know all you guys can park your trucks, shut down your business, and go back to Taco Bell and go to your other investments and run this. I got it. I'm my brain. My bad. I forgot. It's that easy out here to do that. I understand. Everybody's just falling out of the sky. There's no procedures, you know. All those companies like that are out there that you hate so much, man, they all started as one and grew to big. How did they get there? They had a process. Now, what they do when they get there is totally a different thing. How they treat people, how they grow it. What will you do? How will you do it? But if you come to my training or my group, don't waste our fucking time. Go use one of those other 7,000 people out there promising the world. Because mine ain't for weak-minded, lazy people or nothing. We want to work hard like the rest, work smart. We want to be feeders. Use everybody else's stuff, everybody else's equipment, give them the opportunity to be able to grow what they got so you can make money off providing the stuff they need to make money in many different ways. Build the wheel. That's what I call it. The wheel, the 2 to 10 year plan. Do you have one? Or was it 30 days or spur of the moment or what you saw somebody else gave you? See you later, guys. Peace out. Thanks for watching. Please share. Please spread the word or don't. We don't care. Join the group. We're giving away stuff all the time. We have one-on-ones. We have weekly webinars. We're unfortunately sold out for like a month and a half. We're sold out on in-persons to May 24th or May 30th. And we just don't have a lot. We're just booked up like crazy, unfortunately. But we're always here to talk to you. We have compliance, everything going on. We want you guys to be the most successful people in the industry. We don't want you doing these get rich quick schemes where you don't think there's work involved, you know? Build a network, research, have people to use before you start. If you don't know how to talk, how to walk, call me. Yeah, we'll help you. I'll show you. Before you ever use a dispatcher, call me and I'll show you stuff, the quickest things for you to know not what to do. And you'll be so surprised that you didn't need to use it in the first place. And what they were doing really wasn't what you thought it was. And I'm not against dispatchers. I just think standalone dispatchers shouldn't be there. I think brokers should dispatch and carriers should dispatch when they have a brokerage. So that way they can control their assets and control the trucks, to control the rates and control the freight, to service their customers, to build a product that they can not only help them, but help others and make money and grow. But maybe I'm stupid. That's not how it works, I guess. I don't know. But you guys have a great weekend. a great week, and I'll see you guys next week when I come back live. Maybe I'll jump on Friday again. I don't know, but I'm pretty busy this week, so this is the only time I have to come on and give you guys shit. So I thank you guys a lot for being a supporter and sharing and dropping our group everywhere. We're growing like crazy. We're so freaking big, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. And it's because guys want to learn the whole system, the whole product, the whole game, everything before they ever start. Not one little piece. And you can't do it all either. No one is a jack of all one trades. You can't do dry van, flatbed, reverb, spot, step deck, RG, and in dump, and all that stuff. Those are people that are sitting in their house begging people to take loads, hoping to make a percentage, doing broker packets all hours today, arguing with people telling them they know what they're doing and they're telling them they're not, because both of them are confused as a motherfucker. So, excuse my language. This is totally uncensored, but what part of trucking is absolutely prissy? Where's the high heels, the skirts, the suits, the tuxedos whenever you're driving around peeing in bottles, crapping in cans, using porta potties, eating shitty food, getting stuff in your traffic jams, never going home to your wife, sleeping in crappy parking lots where people roll through it at night, parking in rest areas and weird places you can't go where idiots shine their lights in your windows all night because they think you like them, and all that other stuff that makes trucking so much fucking fun, right? Where's that side of it? It's so pretty. Somebody's got their wires crossed. Peace.